Alright guys, so an uneventful day. We had one driver that was empty from the get-go, but he was only going to Texas, and very difficult to get a load going to Texas that doesn't deliver on Monday. Everything else was going just out of his way, and a lot of stuff was delivering on Monday that had any kind of miles to it. So he's coming in on Nashville here in a little bit on his way home to Texas, so still going to try to get him something along the way, try to make him some gas money at least. Had a van unload in Boston this morning. He went to sleep right afterwards. He didn't go back in service until about 2 or 3. Then there was a van that unloaded in Connecticut at around 3. He went straight to sleep afterwards, so he went out of service. Basically tried to find him something for tomorrow, which that's not really going very well. But still got the one unit trekking their way to McAllen. And the Florida guy that picked up in South Carolina, the one that was originally supposed to pick up at 1, then 6, and then the following morning at 9, which was today at 9, and he just got loaded at like 4:30. It's going on 5 o'clock now. So there'll be some detention time coming in that, some layover pay coming in that. Yeah, believe me, I would have rather him had been up there today in Michigan and got him another load than to be up there on Saturday and hope to get him another load. But we'll see how it all plays out. Pretty uneventful day overall. I did drop my van off and get some work done on it. I got it back already. I had a check engine light on there. So what was going on with that? It says found that crankcase vent pressure sensor is failed. Installed new crankcase pressure sensor and tube assembly. Cleared the codes and everything. Test drove. Everything was good. I also had the rotors turned, machine, whatever you want to call it, because I had like a pulsation in the wheel when I was hitting the brakes. So got that done, and all in all it was $429.15. I had enough Ford reward points to pay for that. I had like $500 and some worth of points, so I was able to pay that with just points. And if anybody's wondering, if you have a Ford, you can get the Ford Pass app, and you can keep track of your points. Anytime you have work done at a dealership, you earn points. And then also, if you get a Ford Rewards Visa card, which I have, you earn, like, in certain sales they have, it's like you can earn up like to 10 times additional points. But you get points for using your card on even anything. Don't have to be Ford service. You can use it on anything and you can earn points. You just earn more points at a higher rate if you use that card in paying on Ford service or buying a Ford card or car or whatnot. So again, it's one of the things to do is try to maximize the rewards that are offered. So yeah, I mean, 400 some bucks. If I didn't know I had my points or anything, which I didn't know honestly, I didn't even know for a couple of years about that. So I wasn't getting any points because they was expiring at the end of the year. Service tech today was telling me that the points are supposedly not expiring right now due to the COVID stuff, so I have to look into that and find out for sure. But it is definitely a good thing to do. See if your whatever make vehicle you have, see if they have a rewards program. Again, you get it for oil changes, service repairs. I mean, when they have sales on tires, any of those things. So good thing to have. Yeah, this one's going to be short and sweet today because, as I said, very uneventful today. Very uneventful. Like this. He's down there near Clarksville. There's a Clarksville popping up right now, but it's going to Ohio. It's going the wrong way. Since I did the video a few days ago about that guy's channel, I've seen a couple of comments on his channel, which I find funny. It's like little schoolgirls. Oh my God, I'm going to go tell him you're talking about him. You guys are gonna have to meet up in the playground and fight. But yeah, there was a comment this morning. This guy outstate. He says, surprised he had time to make a video while driving his rear end off for 95 cents a mile when gas prices are over $5 per gallon. Read the comments by Fight Transportation and Chip Leach. They are doing exactly what this channel is doing. And I commented to this guy on this on the video, but I don't know if this guy has my comments blocked on here, because nobody ever replies. He don't reply, so I don't know if he's just hiding them, removing them. I don't know what he's doing, but if he's doing anything, I don't even know for sure. As I said, maybe just nobody's commenting. But I commented to the guy on that comment thread. So the things about what he said, and that's the biggest problem that I was having with doing that video, is people misunderstanding where I'm coming from. I am not saying that nobody shouldn't or cannot do what he's doing as far as the short runs and be happy and make the amount of money they want and all those things. What I'm saying is that the people that are doing that and then saying that this is the best way and the only way, and then demeaning those who do it any other way, is what the problem is, especially when he's supposed to be an informative channel. But this guy outstate, obviously he doesn't pay attention well enough. He thinks that I still run with Barrett. That's why he put the 95, because I talked about that I run for 95 cents a mile with Barrett. As any of you should know, all of you should know that keep up with the channel, I run under my own authority. I even mentioned it in that video, I believe, that I'm averaging around $1.35 or $1.36 per loaded mile, right in that range. So, and this isn't about trying to be a braggart about money. This is just simply stating that everybody's got a different everybody's going to have different things that they want to get out of this job or industry, okay? Me, it's money. I enjoy driving, so everything about being over the road I enjoy. The only thing I don't like is of course I'd love to be able to be home more, but at the same time I like being on the road and by myself. So that's why doing what I do is so easy to me. I enjoy driving. It's therapeutic. I have no issues sleeping in my van. I have no issues being by myself. None of those things bother me. So it makes it very simple for me to do over the road. And as I comment on this, I've done what this guy does and what Chip and Eddie are trying to do, to where I just ran short stuff. I was able to be home pretty much at least 6 nights out of the week, but it's not making the amount of money I want to make. So going over the road is more money. Now again, that's not to say if you don't find the right accounts locally and you go and get yourself more vans or anything like that, you can't make the same amount of money. You can, obviously. But for the most part, if you're just a one-man band and you're trying to do local, you're only going to cap out at a certain amount of money. It's just the way it is. It's just the reality of the situation. And so I want more money. And I do like being gone sometimes at a time. It's almost like going on, like some people like to go camping, hiking, things like that. They like to be gone. Some people like traveling. That's just who I am. That's in my nature. That's what I like to do. So there's nothing wrong with doing the short stuff. I mentioned, this guy mentioned Chip and Eddie Fight in his comment. And both of those, they're independent operators. They've got their own authority, and they want... They're more after, which there's another guy, Seth Leroy Adventures. He's a guy that goes out for 4 or 5 days a week and then wants to be home for 2 to 3 days every week. He's home every weekend, and that's the way they choose to do it, because one of the biggest things at least what I take from it, like each one of them have their own reason for doing what they're doing. Like, this guy wants to mention him, guys, like Eddie Fight. He's retired from FedEx, and he's doing his own little thing. He still likes to drive, but he doesn't want to be putting in a really serious grind, so he's doing what he enjoys. Now the same thing, and I would assume since he's retired, he's probably got a pension as well. So he's got supplemental income. So there's that as far as why he doesn't need to go out and hustle as hard, and why he's able to be more selective on what he does. Chip, he had personal reasons that brought him home, and he wants to be able to be home more often, obviously. I don't know if he has any kind of pension or anything, but he's doing what he likes. He's doing what's comfortable for him. He doesn't come across and say, hey, I'm out here making $1 million and I'm home every night. No, he's just saying he's trying to do what is comfortable for him. He's found his little niche and he's rolling with it. He's trying to grow with that. Same thing as Eddie. Eddie's trying to grow a little bit. Each one of them try to do a little bit more. So it's not that these things aren't, what they do isn't for everybody, just like what I do isn't for everybody. And I don't ever come across and say, hey, over-the-road expediting is the only way to go. It's just that if you are trying to maximize the amount of money you make, over-the-road, in my opinion, is the way to go. This guy also commented that he did basically courier stuff and never went further than 500 miles, and he makes way better money than expediters. Again, it's one of these guys that make these claims that is just it's baseless. Again, it's not to say there isn't that unicorn out there, that unicorn niche that you can get great money for minimal effort. Not saying that that's out there. Maybe he's got that. But in my experience, courier drivers, they don't make a ton of miles. Especially they don't make a ton per mile unless you're going like you're talking about, oh, I got $10 to go 2 miles. Yeah, you got great rate per mile. Now again, that's where I say people get caught up too much in rate per mile, because they start talking about rate per mile and they don't talk about how much money do you make at the end of the year. As I said, I've done a video on how much money I end up netting at the end of the year, which is around 60, somewhere between 65 and 70. I have to go back and look. Which, if you take in the other things, which I've talked about, I have other, streams of income, which is I have 2 more vans. I've also began into getting into, being a motor carrier. So I'll be getting, revenue from that. So it's not like I'm just out there and I'm just a one van operation. I'm doing over the road expediting. It's like I'm growing. I'm branching out. I'm trying to do more things, and I make no mystery of that. I've talked about it. I don't. Again, that's the frustrating part, because you don't hear all the other stuff, and people want to make up their own story about what is what. Like this guy Outstate, just again, obviously he wants to side with the on the side of local is better, because that's what he chose to do. And again, it's what everybody is out for. Again, I was out for money. That's what I'm. And again, like right now, the plan is in August, more than likely coming off the road for a while to concentrate on the business side of things. So that's another reason why I'm grinding hard. As I said earlier this year, I didn't take a single load for 3 months. And it's not like I went out and I bragged about, hey, I'm able to sit home for 3 months doing expediting. Now, I didn't, and I also didn't do that and then leave out the part that I've got 2 other vans running, so that's my streams of income. I didn't do that. No, but that's what I have a problem with, is that there are people that do that. They'll be like, hey, yeah, I sat home for 3 months as an expediter. I made so much money as an over-the-road expediter, and yeah, man, it's awesome. Yeah, you get into expediting because you can take 3 months a year off anytime you want. 3 straight months. That's being misleading, So that's the issue, and that was the point in the video the other day. So for anybody that again took it the way this guy's taking it, man, you're just not paying attention. You're just biased in what you think should be done out here, and you're not willing to hear all sides. Like I said, I understand every aspect of every reasons why everybody has their own thing, their own way of doing things. There's some people that go out there and stay out there for months, especially when you start getting into the straight trucks and the big trucks. There's people that stay out there for like 3 to 6 months, man. There's some people probably stay out there a year long and live in their vehicle. That ain't for me. I'm not wanting to do that much. But that's what they want. That's what they like. Okay, that's what works for them. Just as I said, what Chip is doing works for Chip. What Eddie's doing works for Eddie. This guy, if this works for him, fine. I have no problem with that. But at the same time, he's on a channel telling you all these things, but yet not giving you no real information. As I said, he won't talk about the carriers with you, won't give you information on how to even get in that situation. He'll just tell you, as I mentioned before, oh, it's out there. Oh, you can get this. But then, again, when you read between the lines, oh, I think I'm going to sell my van. At one point, oh, I'm going to have to sell my van. Oh, at some point, oh, I'm just going to have to drive the big rig on the weekend. Like, nobody's focusing on that. And that's frustrating when people want to gloss over that, because they just think that's what they want. They want it so bad. They're only hearing what they want to hear. They're not hearing everything. And that's what I want. And I try to encourage people to do. That's why I tell people to do their due diligence. Be mindful. Listen, man. Listen. Talk to as many people as you can and actually listen. And I understand not everybody has the same comprehension level. Not everybody has the same way of processing information. It is what it is. But yeah, I just seen that comment. I felt like I had to say something. And it ain't about drama or nothing. It's just I want to clarify some things, because if he's making that comment, maybe there's others that are kind of thinking the same thing, and I'm just trying to clear it up. So yeah, man. All right, I'm a guy here.